It's only been 2 months since my last video. Wow, March and April were rough. Hey kings, queens, and non-binary beings, Rare here with a very special Helluva Boss video. Today, I'm working with another creator for the first time ever to bring you a really fun pair of videos. You may know her from her popular Drawing Has-Been Hotel Characters in Different Styles video. It's Liz the Lost Girl. I was very lucky to be able to have the opportunity to work with Liz and get to draw some of my favorite Helluva Boss characters. I came across her video on YouTube and loved her work and the video concept so much that I decided to give reaching out a shot. I got a reply and, well, here we are. I've been so excited to do a collab, and this whole process has been so much fun. I hope you enjoy our hard work, and let's get started. For style number 2. Castlevania? Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I've never watched it.
It's a very detailed style.
I get somebody like Fizz. That's gonna be hilarious because I have a super silly character with a super serious style.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping for Stolas in this style.
Your next style is going to be Monster High.
Monster High. I've never drawn in this style before, so I'm excited for this one too.
Can't really say too much, but once you pin it down, it's fun.
Yeah, it looks very detailed. Millie! Oh, I love this. I love this. Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Okay, Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is gonna be my first time playing with this style.
It's like borderline anime.
Yeah. Ooh, Sallie. Okay, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
That'll be cute.
Alright, number 3. Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon, Magic Girl time.
Oh my gosh, imagine Fizzarolli in this style.
You don't have to imagine, it will be a reality.
Liz and I have picked out 8 random Helluva Boss characters and 8 random art styles, and combined them to get 2 sets of 4 beautiful drawings. Here you'll find, in the style of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the darling farm girl Sallie Mae, in the style of the Castlevania TV series, His Celestial Highness Stolas, in the style of Monster High, the axe-wielding Southern Belle Millie, and in the style of the Sailor Moon anime, the one and only King of Clownery, Fizzarolli. If you're interested in seeing how Blitz, Verosica, Luna, and Moxie turned out, be sure to check out our video over on Liz's channel when you're done with this one. It'll be in the iCard right up there, in the description, and in the pinned comment. You can also click Liz's highlighted name in the title.
Isn't that fun?
Without further ado...
Welcome to the amazing digital circus!
Helluva Boss characters in different styles. I was so excited to get Sallie Mae, as I'd been looking for an excuse to draw her. When I got Avatar: The Last Airbender as my style, I'll admit I was a bit concerned. It's a really pretty show that has very anime-like style, but with that sort of Western simplicity we usually see in animation over here. So I scooped up a bunch of close-ups of characters to try and get as best a reference as I could, and even found a model sheet for Korra so I could better visualize Sallie's anatomy for the pose I wanted. I started with a sketch to try and get a feel for the style, especially since I wasn't sure if I could just use my normal sketching method for more realistic posing. Once I did that, I roughed out the pose I wanted to use while trying to keep the anatomy of the sketch in mind. While I was working on this, I was debating on whether I wanted to draw Sallie as an imp or as a human. I didn't finish Avatar: The Last Airbender, but as far as I'm aware, the only humanoids in the show are, well, humans.
Fuck, I said that twice.
So as I altered Sallie's clothing slightly to fit the weird mix of more advanced and more ancient technologies, I swapped her tail for 2 long belt tails and tied up some of her hair into messy cone-shaped buns to mimic her horns. When it came to lining, I noticed that the style generally keeps a consistent line weight, so I opted for the vector line option in Krita, which did take longer since it's much more obvious when the lines don't match, and I have to spend more time meticulously lining everything up, but I think it was so worth it in the end. At this point, I decided that I wanted to do both a human Sallie and an imp Sallie, just to see how they'd look. So naturally, I needed to give human Sallie a skin color that wasn't pure red. I color picked Sallie's imp skin color and put a desaturation filter over it and played around searching for a color that matched it. So I came out with this nice warm brown. I know it's common in the fandom for artists to draw human versions of characters as their voice actors' ethnicities, but this is how I typically translate characters to humans. Consider this a separate idea from how I think Sallie would look with a human disguise. When it came to Sallie's hair and outfit, I ended up having to scour the internet for a good 10 minutes trying to find a screenshot of the show where a character wears solid black or has solid black hair. Eventually I came across two similar pictures of Azula, one where her hair was solid black and one where her hair was slightly brown. Because ATLA doesn't use white outlines to distinguish overlapping black features like Helluva does, I opted for the dark brown. And for Sallie's clothing, I went for just a dark gray. The shading was easily the hardest to figure out just because of how the show takes so many clothing folds and hair flips into account. I used a dark blue color on multiply mode because the references I pulled looked like they had much cooler shadows. Then, I started on the imp version of Sallie, where I just needed to alter the hair, belt, and facial features slightly. I was really liking how it was turning out. And then I realized I was editing the human Sallie color layer instead of a duplicate. Once I realized my blunder, I recolored the human version, duplicated the color layer, and then edited it to Imp Sallie's colors. I painted in a pretty simple background and voila, the lovely Sallie Mae, both as an imp and as a human in the Avatar world. I hope you all love her as much as I do. Stolas was a wild ride. He was the first drawing I decided to work on because of all the styles Liz and I picked out, Castlevania was the only one I wasn't familiar with. I wanted to make sure I gave it the time it needed. Anyway, this is me trying to justify spending over 6.5 hours on this piece when the others maxed out at like 4. I know I wanted to do something fun and a bit more ambitious than I normally draw. So this piece has an actual background.
Well, why don't you take an art class?
Why don't you see how expensive they are?
I made a spindle horse style wallpaper with Stolas' bird head, but I eventually decided I also wanted to add a nod to Octavia, so I made this cute little doodle of Octavia sleeping in a crescent moon. Side note, this is something I'd actually love to make into its own piece, so let me know if you guys are interested in seeing a speed paint of that. Similar to Sallie's piece, I pulled a bunch of character references for Castlevania from the internet, but couldn't really find anything for backgrounds. So I just painted one. I could use the practice. I ended up also giving Stolas both a human design and a demon design, but using a mirror for the background. At first I thought it would be cool to have Stolas' reflection looking at the viewer instead of how his reflection would actually look, and then I thought it would be even cooler to have Demon Stolas staring at the viewer. I tried to detail the dresser vanity thingy to match Stolas, and admittedly had trouble fitting the sketch in to smooth everything out. When it comes to painting, I honestly still struggle with not completely blending all of the shadows and highlights into the flat color, so this piece was great practice. While looking at the references for Castlevania, it was super clear that the setting is nowhere near modern, but I still wanted to give Stolas some fairy lights across the mirror because I like fairy lights. Sue me.
I'm very much looking to sue.
Not literally. Anyway, I had a lot of fun trying to paint all of these different materials getting hit by the light in different ways, even if a lot of it ended up being covered once I drew in Stolas. Even though I didn't do all the detailing on the
grimoire,
I still like how it turned out. I tried to add some reflected light, bounce light, rim light, whatever, to the background to make it a bit more three-dimensional, which I haven't done for my art in the past. I like how it turned out. I then proceeded to struggle with adding a texture to the background for the next 10 minutes before I just settled on a noise filter. I finished up the background and then moved on to the reflection, which I put even more work into for a lot of it to be covered. And one of the things that I didn't, the powder puff, I realized that I painted wrong. But you know, not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. And then, if you didn't notice, I also popped a bottle of Stolas' Happy Pills into the background. I used some purple shades and the airbrush tool to make the mirror look like, well, a mirror.
Fuck, I said that twice.
And then drew Demon Stolas. Unlike Sallie, I used a pen that I already set to about the right width. and due to the Castlevania references having minor flaws in the line art, I figured it made more sense to freehand both Stolas' says. Plus, Castlevania has very slightly tapered lines, which was perfect for how I'm used to drawing. I really like drawing Stolas' feathers and hair in this style. The cape got a bit repetitive, but the other two were pretty fun. It feels like the Spindle Horse style if you just turn the complexity up to 11. And then I struggled with trying to use the paint bucket tool. As you can see, I'm just the most competent artist around. Eventually I gave up and just used a combination of the lasso tool and outlining to fill the boy in. As with Avatar, I couldn't pick solid black like in Stolas' actual color palette, but I did use a nice navy blue. I gave Demon Stolas this kind of dead look in his eye, and then got started on Human Stolas, whose eyes came out really nice. I think I got the style pretty spot on. Coloring Human Stolas was, for whatever reason, way easier than Demon Stolas, so I could quickly get to the detail on his cape. Also, yes, I gave Stolas some gray hair because my boy is stressed. I added in a hot pink fireball for my light source, and after checking how the Castlevania series alters colors for shading, started working on finally finishing the piece. I absolutely did make a mistake in not just making the shading a clipping layer because I had to shade the cape and then go back over and shade the detailing. I wish I pushed the shading a bit further just because of how intense the fireball's light is, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. I added some final touches and duplicated Stolas, blurred him, and changed the blending mode to give him the soft blurry glow I noticed in my references, and then I was done. I really like how this one came out even though there's so much I'd change about it. More than anything. Shh. I'm glad I'm done with it. And I hope you guys all like it. Now, we absolutely have to hop over to Liz and see how her pieces turned out. She got such exciting style character combinations, and I've had to pinch myself at least once a day while we worked on these, because I didn't want to ask if I could get a sneak peek of her drawings, but I was so tempted. So now I finally get to see them alongside all of you.
I will show you the cursed one first.
Yay, curses!
This is my Fizzarolli in Sailor Moon style.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love that.
I think the face is so cursed.
Oh no, absolutely.
But
it's so cute.
Thank you.
Like, it's definitely towing the line between cursed and adorable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the outfit was like super fun to like adapt into this style because I just basically took his like clown kind of outfit and just blew it up a bit more.
Oh, I really love this. And I love the little belt tail or the bow tail. It's perfect.
Yeah. I really tried to like incorporate the tails where they wouldn't have tails.
Okay, and then for the questions, so what was the hardest part of capturing this style for this character?
Honestly, like the face, I really had a hard time deciding if I was going to do like a Sailor Moon face or if I was going to do literally anything else. And also, I tried this one without hair as well. Did not work.
Oh, no.
Was much more cursed. Glad I put hair on this boy.
And I like the color choice for the hair. It's very nice.
Thank you. I just tried to like, blend it in with like the outfit colors.
Nice.
Yeah, the hardest part was definitely I guess the deciding the proportions as well, because like it's a very like humanoid kind of like very human figure, and Fizz is not.
Yeah, so. It's like definitely odd to see like the robotic legs have like human proportions instead of just be like noodles.
Yeah. Instead of just noodles, yeah.
And then, what is your favorite part of this character?
I think my favorite part is honestly just the skirt and the bow area. Like, I just love the way that the black bow looks behind the skirt and everything. I just think the outfit kind of came together for this one.
Yeah, it's so pretty. The
outfit's my favorite part.
I love it. And then, would you draw in this style again? If yes, would you change anything about how you adapted it?
You know, I would draw in the Sailor Moon style again, but I would not draw a Helluva Boss character, I think, by choice in the Sailor Moon style.
That's probably a good choice.
Yeah, I
Or at
don't know.
least if you do draw another one, pick one with hair.
Yeah, for sure. I think just a different one than Fizz would have been a better choice. But I think also if I did like maybe not in the Sailor Moon style, but if I did like a chibi with like a Sailor Moon costume, I think that would turn out a little bit better than trying to make it like very humanoid proportions.
Yeah, that would be cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so cute.
Thank you. So next up, we have Millie in the Monster High style.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's awesome.
I really love doing this one.
And then for this one, you got to keep her an imp.
Yes, I got to just keep her as she was. It wasn't.
I also
it wasn't
really like
quite
the
difficult
background for
that.
this one.
Thank you. Yeah, I tried to kind of like match that kind of school graffiti vibe that, you know, Monster High has got going on.
Yeah, it came out really nice. And then I also like the little cool S.
Yes, the S. Very necessary.
Alrighty, and what was the hardest part of capturing this style for this character?
I think the hardest part, just drawing in the Monster High style in general, was a little bit tricky because, like, I've never really drawn anything like this, and, like, these are not how legs are supposed to bend. And that was kind of weird to try and work out.
Yeah,
So I think
I
that
will
might have
say
been the
it's a
hardest
little
thing.
bit of a bummer that you couldn't, like, love that you tried, but the Monster High style isn't really, what's the word? Like, it doesn't really allow for characters to have their huge hips and giant thighs, and that's, like, just
Yeah.
so sad for Millie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had to change her because, like their legs, like, are very, like, all their legs are, like, they either have skin-tight clothes or their legs are showing or whatever, so I'm like, how am I supposed to draw Millie with her, like, puffy pants and her, like, big thighs? And I couldn't. So I just changed it to, like, shorts and... But I think it turned out okay.
Yeah, it still really works well. And it's so cute. I love how you did the eye, like the face in general, but like also the eyes. I think you captured the style perfectly.
Oh, thank you. I was really... I haven't watched Monster High, so I was, like, really, like, studying the reference, like, I need to get this right.
And what is your favorite part of this character?
Honestly, my favorite part is the face and the hair. I think I did a pretty good job on it, and I really like the lips because I absolutely suck at drawing lips, and I think the lips
same.
turned out pretty decent on this one.
They're so cute. And thank you for keeping
And
my girl's gap.
I tried to keep her little, like, buck teeth
Yeah,
as well.
I love that.
She has going on.
And would you draw in this style again? And if yes, would you change anything about how you adapted it?
I think I definitely would. I really liked, like, the pushed kind of, like, poses that you can do in this style, but I think that I would maybe give her some more, like, bling, because, like, everybody in Monster High dresses, like, so over the top, so I think I would, like, just add more to their, like, the outfit of whatever character I adapted it to.
Yeah, it would be cool
Like,
to
for a
see.
Monster High character... Sorry, for a Monster High character, this is, like, a very plain outfit.
Yeah. But, like, also, I think... that, and then... But, like, definitely it'd have to be a character where a little bit more bling makes sense, or, like, specifically bling that works for them. Because, like, Millie wouldn't be blinged out unless it was, like, different
No.
kinds of weapons. Just, like, accessorizing her.
I could draw her a really cool, like, utility belt, just with, like, a bunch of weapons.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool.
Like a skirt of weapons.
Yeah, that would be perfectly Millie.
This was so much fun, and again, I am so happy and so grateful to be able to have this opportunity. On screen, you'll see our drawings, which again are Sallie Mae in the Avatar The Last Airbender style, Stolas in the Castlevania TV series style, Millie in the Monster High style, and Fizzarolli in the Sailor Moon anime style. I hope you all had fun.
If you want to see how the remaining drawings turned out, which are going to be Blitz, Verostica, Luna, and Moxie in what styles, I won't tell you. You can click that nifty little iCard up in the top right corner, so you can pop into the description of the video where a link will be in the top line. You can scroll down to the pinned comment, or you can click on my name in the title of the video. And thank you so much for, approaching me with this collab. It's just, one of the first, drawing ones I've ever done with anybody, and I had a really good time.
I'm counting on you guys. We worked super hard on these, so it means a lot and helps us out a bunch when you check out both videos. I'm also going to throw Liz's link tree in the description since she has a shop which has the cutest little designs in it, so you should absolutely check that out. Regarding me, I'm offering commissions through Artistry with special discounts for my subscribers, so if you're interested, that will also be in the description. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to both me and Liz the Lost Girl, and I'll see you guys around. Rat King out.